been having a really, really, really shit week. And a lot of it has to do with the country that I've lived in for all 31 years of my life, looking nothing like it did even but, 2 years ago at this point? Like, okay, now we have doctors banned for practicing medicine due to her views on COVID vaccine, the recording software is cutting that off. Yeah, COVID vaccine and mask mandates. Couldn't quite tell, and the little view window is just a little bit too small for me. All I can see is if the text is in the middle of the screen. Oh, she's adorable. Ontario Dr. Rokenage Killian, she's foreign too, nice, will no longer be able to practice medicine after a provincial regulator barred her for doing so. Why? Regulators said that Dr. Killian, who worked at Owen Sound emergency room, fire and emergency room doctor, but we're being overwhelmed, we're being swamped, you're gonna have to use your vaccine passport to get everywhere. Meanwhile, you're just fucking yeeting doctors. You cocksuckers, hang them all high. Metaphorically speaking, of course, that's not a threat or anything yet. Oppose the COVID-19 vaccine and therefore put her patient's health in danger. No. Killian resigned from the hospital in August of this year. So she resigned from the hospital, okay, where she would be treating patients who didn't have a say whether or not they wanted her to be treating them, but she was going to have just her own private practice or whatever, a general practitioner's practice, and now she can't do that. Oh man, this fucking country is so scuffed. According to CPSO, Killian, who has also practiced family medicine with a degree from a South African university. I never would have guessed South Africa. Actually, you know what? Now that the facial features makes a little bit more sense. Has been suspended from practicing medicine. Do no harm unless the government wants to do harm onto you. Then, of course, you won't be allowed to do anything. Killian was one of 3 doctors who were banned from handing out medical exemptions to COVID vaccination and mask mandates by the province. Oh, because you didn't want to bend the knee. Now your opinion means nothing. You can't do it for anybody else. I hate these people so much. Not the doctor, not the good doctor, but I guess this would be Doug Ford's government. Spokesperson told CP24, although we are limited in what we can disclose at this point, or want to really, because the backlash if anybody would ever hear it, but mainstream press is completely silent on this one. They just want to tell you how great and wonderful Justin Trudeau is, but we'll get to him in a minute. Actually, no, we're staying local to individual provinces. Trudeau is terrible. Just need to get that out before the weekend starts. Additional information about Dr. Killian's conduct will be made available at the earliest possible opportunity, sometime next year. That may include allegations referred to by the Ontario Physicians and Surgeons Discipline Tribunal. Anytime that a group of people is called a tribunal, I already know exactly what kind of evidence we're going to see, and it's not going to be good. Members also have the opportunity to appeal interim orders to the courts, to which point the college would present information in support of its decision. Very Orwellian. Very good. Let's take a stopover in Saskatchewan for a minute, because I was championing them as being one of the last open beacons of freedom. But no, they did the exact same thing that Alberta did. They were open. They were like, no, we're going to stay open for a minute. And then all of a sudden, oh, you want us to bend the knee? Guess what? We're going to crack down on our population harder than all you motherfuckers who were doing it before. If you're going to make us do this, we're going to punish literally everybody all the time. So they have vaccine passports as well. And you can see their case distribution. Okay. Oh, they got the big scary numbers up top. Persons with COVID-19, 76,607. Oh my God, for a province that doesn't even have 1 million people in it. I think that there's like maybe 500,000 in the entire province. Don't quote me on that. I know it's definitely under 1 million, but yeah, 76,000. Wow, that's just off the scales. You guys should be doing something about that. Oh my God, ICU or inpatient hospitalizations 286. Persons recovered 70. Oh, okay, cool. So it's not nearly as bad. COVID-19 deaths over the course of 20 months, 827. Oh, but one life is too many. Active cases, and the vaccine passport is throughout the entire province. So far northwest, 69. Nice. Far north central, 0. Still have a vaccine passport. Sweet. Far northeast, which has, I guess, one city or town of note, 112. Northwest, 279. The highest, by the way, is Saskatchewan, the capital, 612 or 21, and they have 6 digits worth of people. So what the fuck's the problem? And Regina, 428, Central East, yeah, that has a couple of other large-ish cities, 280. Does that really look like a scary situation? Not really. But you want to know why they're propagating this fear-mongering? Well, because it's effective and it works. Just like the vaccines, right? No. Oh, yes, they are. That was just a joke, YouTube, and just the way that I like to trail off my sentences when I'm not in tip-top shape, okay? But this came out from the official Saskatchewan Health Authority. They quote tweeted something, okay? And I hate that I know this terminology, but this is the day and age we live in, right? Okay, so this is something that they tweeted from another verified account, Health Canada and FAC. Well, FAC you, my friend. COVID vaccine helps protect you from getting sick with the disease. Helps you with. All right. If it's a vaccine, shouldn't it stop you from... Anyways, even if you're young, healthy, and fit, the vaccine will give your body a layer of protection that it didn't have. Yeah, and it just likes to normally center right around your heart, and I don't know necessarily what it does from there, but we have ideas. Get vaccinated. Peace sign. That's implied, because if you don't get vaccinated, there will be no peace for you. Oh, there'll be pieces of you, but there will be no peace. And help protect everyone. Yeah, okay. The way that they frame that is the vaccine is the best defense for yourself, but you need to get it for everybody else. All right. Now, okay, because they had the disclaimer of even young, healthy, and fit need the vaccine, because, I don't know, somebody's getting paid for this. Saskatchewan Health Authority decided to, I guess, fact-check Health Canada. Okay, your risk of COVID-19, this is from an official government account before I get into this, because this is high-level medical misinformation. We're going to be completely honest in the truest sense of the term. Your risk from COVID-19 is not determined by age, fitness level, or community. What? No. I know they'll fucking ping me if I go into this any further than that, but it's not, according to the Saskatchewan Health Authority, it is not determined, okay? Your risk is not determined by age, fitness level, or community. Okay. Your risk is determined by vaccine status. All unvaccinated people get it, and they suffer terribly. Haven't you heard? Don't you listen to the science? 78% of new cases and hospitalizations in Saskatchewan in September were unvaccinated or partially vaccinated. Oh, okay, so people who were already on the highway to getting fully vaccinated. And still, what about those other 22%? I thought the COVID vaccine was supposed to, I don't know, fucking put several zeros at the end of your bank balance and give you huge muscles like those two soy cucks. Let's wrap things up. We'll just keep on heading west. Luckily, today we get to skip over Alberta, because I'll put a gun in my mouth if I have to talk about any of the more tyranny here. Don't worry about it. My parents are still alive, and I wouldn't do that to them. But after that, all bets are off. No, I just like to joke, maybe. Over 4,000 BC health workers placed on unpaid leave after missing vaccine deadline. Again, this is such a horrific time that we can now just afford to effectively fire healthcare workers, place them on unpaid leave so that they can't collect any benefits for being sort of fired. These are evil people. Around the province of BC, there are many unvaccinated healthcare workers who have been placed on unpaid leave now for missing the deadline in the vaccination mandate. It is estimated that some 4,000 unvaccinated healthcare workers in the province missed the deadline for the mandatory vaccination. The mandate for getting the vaccination related to those who work in health settings, including volunteers and students, physicians, residents, contractors, and other health professionals. Not only that, but it also impacted those working from home or community settings too. Yeah, if you're at home, you still have to get the jab. Why? But I'm at home and I just do clerical work. No, you still have to get it because it's all about compliance. There are 2,000 more healthcare workers who have been vaccinated, but only with one dose. Oh my God. And we don't have the Johnson & Johnson jab up here. These people, they're just not responsible. You're supposed to be helping everyone. Health authorities will now need to take steps to try and address this problem for a healthcare system that is already struggling with inefficiencies around the province and country. Yeah, postponing any sort of elective procedures, basically just funneling all of the services directly in. On the COOF, where do we need to go back to Saskatchewan's numbers because they're kind of emblematic for everywhere else, really. Like, we've gone over Alberta's numbers a bunch, and it just really doesn't pan out, these restrictive measures. But again, if you're under the good faith assumption that they're doing this for your health, I'm sorry. Clearly, you got 2 dicks in each ear. So, but yeah, unnecessary, non-essential, and elective surgeries have been put on the shelf for much of the population, but there's one certain group who gets to reap the benefits of this, and well, it's BC Premier John Horgan to undergo biopsy surgery for a growth on his throat. Yep. I specifically want to punch this guy. You know what? Hey, I'll save you the surgery. I'll just punch it out through the front of your neck, okay? Because I wish you nothing but good health, but you shit can 4,000 healthcare workers. You cancel elective surgeries. You do it all for what? Theater? Meanwhile, real people could use real fucking elective surgeries right now. They could use those hospital beds, but no, it's got to be a part of your never-ending pandemic. Now, before I get too angry on this, I know I'm keeping even keel, but boiling underneath the surface on this one. We have an opposition on the way, and they're going to be here, and they're going to save the day once they're elected, because Erin O'Toole says all Conservative MPs will abide by vaccine mandate in House of Commons. That was a perfect picture for this fucking balding cuck. If you're looking for hope in Canada, you need to start looking elsewhere, because the politician class here is hypocritical and they're spineless. That is a dangerous combination if you're somebody who appreciates freedom. But maybe Canada's always been like this, and this is just a magnified example. I don't really think so, okay? But I hate this time we're living in. I've never seen a weaker opposition. Never seen a weaker chin. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been John Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.